We have an abridged service tonight.
Oh, because it's good, because I got home at midnight from here, so
There you go.
there you go.
Indeed, indeed.
One of the holidays we say sing the extra verse to the Shamer, but I don't remember which one it is. Doesn't. There is.
I don't think it's, I don't think tonight.
No, I don't remember when it is. That was a Ben and Sharon Cohen thing. They were big on all of them. So where are we starting with?
Nis more shir leyom
These more
HaShabbat.
sheer. That's what I thought. I'll tell Anthony. Page 27. Yes, open right to it.
It switched over in 1925. You can hear the difference immediately. Although the electrical part doesn't sound like digital stereo, but it shows up a lot better. I'm looking at it here. Enjoy.
We have an abridged service tonight.
How are you doing?
The holidays are
So, you were on the schedule for Night Shabbat? Yes. So I think the test, like he texted me earlier, it's like 6 o'clock. Usually it's the first Friday. And it wasn't him, right? The police officer said your drawer was open?
Yeah, he's a really sweet guy. Okay.
None of us can go, all three of us.
Thank you.
We just need to tell him we need to learn his people. He's a nice guy.
I can eat and if I add chocolate like I can have some nuggets or pie, make it die in the good chocolate.
Who's gonna have the holiday, the Friday of Thanksgiving? You know?
Not me, I'm in on a cruise ship, or eat probably.
Just so you know, we typically on the Friday of Thanksgiving put in the music. Happy Thanksgiving, hooray, hooray, hooray.
Not for me, I won't be here.
Glad you are the turkey. That's a Debbie Friedman song.
Okay.
On this Thanksgiving Day.
I'll be here. I said I'll be here. Does anybody ever watch what time is it? Is it officially kickoff time? 1 minute. Actually, he's on time. No, I did it the unveiling the next day, and like everybody was in music published. It was like they were really for the liar, everybody crying at 5:35.
I think I got back.
Yeah.
They're in orange and black.
Service here. I definitely had a workout last night, and I was like, it was morning, and you know,
If you lose to the Mars,
we're starting to be
you know, George only got 286 yards in all.
Shabbat shalom, everyone. It's wonderful to see you. If you're here tonight, you are one of the few, the proud, because we are...
Extra points.
That's right. We've had holiday after holiday after holiday after holiday, and holiday into Shabbat is especially trying, but it's also especially beautiful. So I'm happy that you're with us because we have a holiday going into the Shabbat. The sages decided to give us a little bit of relief, and they say that we don't do Kabbalat Shabbat. So we begin with Mizmor Shir Le'Yom HaShabbat, which is on page 27 of the Red Siddur Lev Shalem. Mizmor Shir
Le'Yom HaShabbat Tov lehodot la'Adonai ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. להגיד בבוקר הסליחה, אמונתך בלילות, עלי עשור ועלי נבל, עלי היגיון
והינום. מזמור שיר
ליום השבת,
טוב להודות
לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. כי שימחתני אדוני בפועלך, כמעשה ידך אדני. מה גדלו מעשיך אדוני, מאוד עמקו מחשבותיך. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון.
Sadiq Katzamar, page 28.
Sadiq Katzamar Yivra Ke'erez Mavanon Yizke Shetulim Beveit Adonai Bechatzrot Eloheinu Yafrihu Od Yanuvun Beseva Deshenim Verananim Yiyu Lahagid Ki Ashar Adonai Tzuri Velo Erotecha ne'emunu me'or lehevetcha na'ahavat kodesh Adonai la'orech yamim.
Mourners and those observing a yortzeit have an opportunity to say the Mourner's Kaddish, which can be found on page 30. If you're a mourner, if you're saying Kaddish, page 30. Yitgadal ve'yitkadash shemei Rabbah be'alma divara kirute v'yamlich malkute b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'chaye dekol beit Yisrael ba'agala u'v'zman kari ve'imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mivorach le'olam olamei almaya. Yitbarak ve'yishtabak ve'yitpa'ar ve'yitramam ve'yitnaseh ve'yitadar ve'yitaleh ve'yitalal shemei dekudisham barichu le'elam min kol birchata ve'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiran be'elma ve'imru amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min shemaya ve'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru. Amen. Shabbat shalom. All right, welcome to normal. It was lovely celebrating the high holidays with you, and I'm probably not supposed to say this, but I'm a little relieved that they're over. We can get back to a normal schedule of doing things. One of those things that I've been meaning to get back to is personal Torah study. Now, this might shock you. Rabbis tend to get a little busy. And most of the Torah study that I do is to prepare for teachings like this one. It's either in the religious school or the Intro to Judaism class, to write sermons. I don't really make the time to do what's called Torah lishma, or Torah for the sake of learning. When I was in rabbinical school, we learned a lot of Talmud and some Bible and some halachic works, but it was all things that our professors and our teachers wanted us to learn. So even then, we didn't get to study what we actually wanted to study. So a friend of mine from school, who was ordained as a rabbi, he suggested that we do some Torah learning together via Zoom. And for the first time ever, we were able to study what we wanted to study. We could go at our own pace. We could skip around. This is what's called Torah lishma, which is Torah learning for the sake of learning. So what did we decide to study? We decided to study Pirkei Avot, which is usually translated as the Ethics of the Fathers. Pirkei Avot is actually the first tractate of the Mishnah, which is the first collection of rabbinic works ever put down on paper. And it is randomly filed in the order of the Mishnah called Nezikin, which means damages. Spoiler alert, has nothing to do with damages. There's actually barely any halakha or law in this work. Seemingly a collection of moral and ethical principles, whimsical sayings that people like to embroider on pillows, put on t-shirts, stuff like that. And it's got a lot of one-liners and parables, which is great fodder for sermons like the one I'm giving now. Now, from a text study standpoint, Pirkei Avot is what our tradition considers low-hanging fruit. The text is written in Hebrew. It's very, very accessible. And although it's not very challenging, it's still something one can study over and over and over and over and derive benefit from. I've actually done a little study of it before, and it feels like a good movie that I've watched 10 years ago. I remember the major plot points, but I don't remember all of the minor characters. Because Pirkei Avot is considered so instrumental into Jewish tradition, many Sidurim, including ours, actually include it so that we can study it on Shabbat afternoon. So what I want to do is I want to look at chapter 1. I'm going to read you some of the most iconic lines of rabbinic tradition ever written down. This is kind of the preamble to rabbinic Judaism. It starts off, quote, Moses received the Torah at Sinai and transmitted it to Joshua. Joshua transmitted it to the elders, and the elders to the prophets, and the prophets to the men of the great assembly. They said 3 things: be patient in the administration of justice, raise many disciples, and 3, make a fence around the Torah. It keeps going. Shimon the righteous was one of the last men of the great assembly. He used to say, the world stands upon 3 things: the Torah, the temple service, and the practice of good deeds. So this should give you a hint as to what Pirkei Avot is. It's sayings and ideas kind of similar to this. Like I mentioned earlier, people like to put these on plaques or pillows or bookmarks. Pretty iconic. However, there are some things that we cannot put on pillows from Pirkei Avot. Here's one of them. Yosef ben Yochanan of Jerusalem taught, open wide the doors of your home and make the poor welcome as members of your household. Okay, this is really lovely, but then it changes gears and says, quote, this is not me, do not engage in small talk with your wife. Now, if this be true for one's wife, how much more does it apply to the wife of one who is a friend? Now, this is obviously kind of distasteful. And actually, oftentimes the Siddur softens the blow with the translation. It says, engage not much in conversation with women. Now, if you think that is bad, it keeps going. It says, one who engages in small talk with his wife harms himself. He will neglect the study of Torah and in the end inherit Gehinnom. Gehinnom is like the Jewish equivalent of hell. Okay, this is super problematic. If you don't think this is problematic, that's right, yes. It's problematic, and if you think it's not problematic, then that is problematic. Now, as I mentioned before, I studied Pirkei Avot years and years ago. I don't remember this piece of it. So when we got to this section, when we were studying, my jaw kind of fell on the floor. How can a text that is so beautiful and so meaningful also contain something so harmful and so awful? I think we can ask the same question of our Torah portion for the week, which is Breshit. We've started all over. We're at the very, very beginning of the Torah in Genesis. Obviously, this story is very well known for its intriguing look at the creation of the world. It's inspired countless faiths, many religions, numerous commentaries, plays, poems, movies, books, etc. But for the modern reader, there are likewise things that might seem problematic with it. Any atheist can use this story as ammunition to attempt to discredit any of the Abrahamic religions. The easiest thing to attack is being the talking snake, but other concerns can stem from the idea that Eve is created from Adam, later entices him to eat the fruit, and therefore all women are punished with painful childbirth for eternity. No, the Torah oftentimes does not read as politically correct. So it seems that we have to read these holy texts and encounter something that is problematic. And when we do, we have seemingly 2 choices. The first of which is relatively easy. We can just discredit the whole work and discontinue the study of it. That is what a lot of people do. They read something. If it does not jive with their modern narrative, they stop. Done. That's easy to do. Now, allow me to say that I think they have every right to do that, but I think it's a mistake. Just think for a moment if we did that with people, especially the people that we love. Imagine if your husband or wife or son or daughter, mother, father, imagine if they said something that you didn't agree with. Imagine if you just cut them out of your life completely. What would be the true cost of that? Think of all the beautiful things that you would miss out on because you discontinued your relationship with them. Imagine if we applied this principle to everything. Certainly, the founding fathers of America said very beautiful and very iconic things. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. Among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But elsewhere in documents like our Constitution, they put forth regulation on the importation of slaves. Does that mean we should stop being U.S. citizens? Should we discredit the entire American political system because of a few unsavory ideas? No, I don't think we should. It's not rational, and that is not a healthy way to look at texts. The age-old expression, "don't throw out the baby with the bathwater," applies to the way we handle sacred Jewish texts. So, option 2, if we want to live by these texts, if we want to have a relationship with them, we need to study them, and we need to understand them, and we need to realize that they too have flaws. Our tradition handles these flaws in an incredible way. We own up to them. We don't discard them. We don't gloss over them. We face them head on. We challenge them. We critique them. We interpret them. We make new stories and new laws and interpret new things from them. But the Torah that we kiss on Saturday mornings remains unchanged, because when you love something or someone, you don't attempt to change them. You can disagree with them, but you need to love them for who they are. So I'm going to continue studying Pirkei Avot, and I'm going to try and learn from all the things that it has to teach. And when I encounter something that is problematic, I'll read that too, and I'll learn from it as well. It's imperative that we continue to live and continue to learn. But it's also imperative to understand that we don't have to agree with something or someone 100% to love them. Live, learn, love. Shabbat Shalom. If you're able to do so, I ask that you please rise and turn to page 39 for the Baruch Hu.
Ma'avir yomu mevi laila, umavdil ben yomu vein laila, Adonai tzvaot shemo, El chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed, Baruch ata Adonai, Hama'ariv aravi.
Amen. Please be seated. We continue on page 40, Ahavat Olam.
Ahavat olam Beit Yisrael Amcha Avta Torah u'mitzvot Chukim u'mishpatim Otanu lemadeta Al kein Adonai Eloheinu
בשוכבנו ובקומנו, נשיח בחוקיך, ונשמח בדברי תורתך, ובמצוותיך, לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגע ימם ולילה. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגע ימם ולילה. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגע ימם ולילה. והם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגע ימם ולילה. יה לה 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 לה, יה לה 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 לה, יה לה 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 לה, יה לה 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 לה, יה לה 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 לה, יה לה 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 לה. מאהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולם עמה. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברתם בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוקתך ובקומך, ושרתם לאות על ידך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
Shemot Yishmael Mitzvotay Asher Noki Mitzabin. We're on page 42. Vayom Radonai Moshe Lemor Daber Bnei Yisrael Martam Lahem. Lema'an tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'hitim kedoshim le'elochechem. Ani Adonai Elochechem asher chotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lichiyot lachem le'elohim. Ani Adonai Elochechem. Adonai Elohechem emet. We continue together on page 44. Who is like you, Adonai? Mi chamocha.
כמוך באלם אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא 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 תהילות הוסף אלך. מי כמוך באלם אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא 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 תהילות הוסף אלך. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקי הים לפני משה. זה לי, זה לי, ענו ואמרו. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקי הים לפני משה. anu ve'ameru mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai mi chamocha nehedar b'kodesh no ra tehilot Seifele mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai mi chamocha nehedar b'kodesh no ra tehilot Seifele Adonai yimloch le'olam Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai mi chamocha nehedar b'kodesh no ra tehilot Seifele Seifele V'nehemar Kifad Adonai et Yaakov ugalo miyad chazak mimenu Baruch ata Adonai Ga'al Yisrael.
We turn to page 45 and we'll read the English on the left-hand side of the page, beginning with Allow Us. Allow us, Adonai, our God, to sleep peacefully. Awaken us to life, O Sovereign. Spread over us your canopy of peace. Restore us with your good counsel and save us for the sake of your name. Remove from us enemies, pestilence, sword, starvation, and sorrow. Remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, for you, God, watch over and deliver us. And you, God, are sovereign, merciful, and compassionate. Ensure our going and coming for life and peace now and forever. May you spread over us your canopy of peace. Baruch atah Adonai, who spreads the canopy of peace over us, over all the people Israel, and over Jerusalem.
Hashivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu malkeinu
L'chaim
Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu malkeinu Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Ushmot Tzedenu Uvoenu L'chaim u'shalom mi'ato ve'ad olam.
Ashkivenu Adonai
Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu
malkeinu l'chaim
hamidenu
malkeinu
l'chaim.
We turn to page 46 as we rise together and sanctify Shabbat Vishamru.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל עתיד לעולם, עתיד לעולם, עתיד לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני
את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני
ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית
עולם.
וביום השביעי שפט וינפש, שפט וינפש, שפט וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה,
אמן.
בעלמא דפרח חירותי וימליך מלכותי. בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי כל בית ישראל. בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעלמו עלמי המיה.
יתברך
יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתהלל ויתהלל שמי דקודשה
ברכו
לאלה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה.
תושבחתה ונחמתה תאמירם בעלמא.
ויאמרו
Amen. The Amidah for Friday night begins on page 47. This is a silent prayer. Please use the words of the Siddur to guide you, or the private meditations of your own heart.
If you finish, you may be seated.
Shalom Rav is on page 51.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. 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 Ki ata melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov be'einecha livarech et Amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
On page 173 on the left-hand side of the page are the lyrics to Debbie Friedman's Misha Barak prayer. In a moment, I'll go out into the congregation. If you have someone who you're thinking of who's in need of a prayer for healing, you'll have an opportunity to say their name out loud as we petition the divine to send prayers and healing to them. I also want to acknowledge that a year ago, it's technically still Shmini Atzeret right now. A year ago on Shmini Atzeret, the October 7th massacre occurred. So we're thinking of all of those individuals who aren't around this year to see the high holidays, and we're praying and advocating to those who are still buried in Gaza, who are held hostage. We're praying for their swift release and return home. Misha Barak, page 173.
Misha Barak Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Le'imotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misha Barak Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of Spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Please rise, Kaddish Shalom, page 54.
Yitkadav yitkadash me rabba, v'yam divrach hiruteh, v'yam lich malchuteh, v'chayechonu v'yom echonu v'chayetechol beit Yisrael, b'galahu v'izman kari v'imaru.
Amen.
Yehesh me rabba mivara, le'alamo al me'omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yihidnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei d'kodesha. Rechu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata damiran b'yamav himaru.
Amen.
Tikabal tzolot ahun v'tahon d'chol Yisrael, Kadam uvahon v'ishmaya v'imaru.
Amen.
Yehesh lama rabba min shmaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imaru.
Amen.
Ohoseh shalom b'ramav, u'yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imaru. Amen.
Remain standing, Aleinu 56.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'atei gedula l'yosef rishit, shelo asanu kigoyei haratzot, velo samanu kimishvechot ha'adama, shelo samchalkenu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol ha'onam, ve'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'odin lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu, shehu notei shamayim ve'yosed haaretz, u'moshav yikaro b'shamayim mima'al, u'shchinatu zo v'gavhei me'eromim, u'Eloheinu einod, emet malkeinu efesu lato, kakatu b'torato, v'yadata hayom v'hashvevota elevavecha. Ki Adonai hu ha'Elohim v'shamayim imahal, ve'al ha'aretz mitachat einod. V'nehemar v'haya Adonai l'melech al kol haaretz, bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo
Please be seated. Congregation Agudas Achim is acknowledging the yortzites this week of William Cookie Adelstein, Ruth Goldberg Cohen, Frida Halpin, Moses Holland, Celia Cantor, Elaine Dixie Kaufman, Shirley Kabudi, Lillian Kleiner Matthews, Brendan McMaster, Ethan Noble, Ethel Noble, it's been a long day ago, sorry, Diana Pearl Page, Eric Nathan Perlman, Inez Pullen, Ray Rabinowitz, Bernard Sachs, Rose Seidenberg, Sue Ann Toplitz. We're also acknowledging the Shloshim of Lila Getzler. Mourners and those observing a yortzeit have an opportunity to say the Mourner's Kaddish on page 58. Yitgadal ve'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divara kirute v'yamlik malkute, be'kayechon u'v'yomechon, uv'kaye dekol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kari ve'imru, amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorak le'alam lamei amaya. Yitbarak ve'yishtabak ve'yitpa'ar ve'yitramam ve'yitnaseh ve'yitadar ve'yitaleh ve'yitalal shemei dekudisha barichu le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata tushbekata v'nechamata da'amiran be'alma ve'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imramav Huya aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru, amen. Friends, for the first time in a while, we don't have many announcements other than Shabbat services tomorrow at 9:15. I'm sure you'll hear all about the barbecue that is coming up. But we're at the end of the high holidays. I don't know about you, but it feels like someone took my brain and put it in a blender and hit frappe and then poured it back into my skull. But other than that, it's great. It's lovely to be with you. Have a relaxing Shabbat. Try and actually get some rest. That's what we're supposed to do. We're going to conclude with Adon Olam, page 211.
Adon Olam, Asher Malah, B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra, Le'et Nasa V'chefsa Kol, Asai Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam, Ve'acharei Kiklot HaKol, Lo Yimlok Nora Adon Olam, Ve'hu Haya, Ve'hu Hove, Ve'hu Yeh B'tifara Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra, Le'et Nasa V'chefsa Kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nivra Adon Olam, Ve'hu Echad Ve'ein Sheni, Laham Shilo Lahapira Adon Olam, B'li Reshit, B'li Taklit, V'lo ha'hoz v'ha'mizra Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra, Le'et Nasa V'chefsa Kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam, V'hu Eli V'chai Goali, V'tzor Hevli V'etzara Adon Olam, V'hu Nisi Umanosli, V'nat Kosi B'yom Ekra Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra, Le'et Nasa V'chefsa Kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam.
Please rise.
Be'ado Avki
Ruchi, Be'etishan Ve'aira Adon Olam.
Beli Tachti V'lo V'hamizra Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra, Le'et Nasa V'chefsa Kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit ki hu yom tehila lamikra'ei kodesh zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta v'atanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mikadesh HaShabbat Amen L'chaim. Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Adonai Elzeh Mo Yitain Adonai Yivarech Et Amo B'Shalom. Shabbat Shalom Agudas Achim.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Hey. Hey. Right. Wow. Wow.
If this is something we should announce or
Well, I want to wait till I have more information. Yeah, what's going on? Why did everybody come at the very end?
I feel like we should sing.
Hello, I'm Rabbi Hudson. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, well, it's interesting because we just had all of the holidays, and so tonight we had an abridged service, but usually Friday nights are at 6 p.m. Occasionally they're at 7 if we have like a community there, but usually at 6.
Yeah, because I just saw, I was looking at the website.
Does the website say 7?
Yeah, it says 7, but it says that it changes sometimes.
Okay. All right, well, I apologize. Well, welcome. Well, welcome. Do you live here in town?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. So, are you Jewish? Are you curious, or what's?
I'm not Jewish, but I was interested
Well, welcome. So, typically on Friday nights, we have like a musical Shabbat service at 6 p.m. If you're wanting to kind of get your feet wet, I would recommend starting with that because we have a Saturday morning service, which you're also welcome to attend, but that is like very dense Hebrew. We bring out the Torah, which can kind of be, if you're not familiar with that, it can kind of be a little off-putting. Friday night is a little more whimsical, a little more musical, so start that. We also have, next month, we're starting an Intro to Judaism class. So if that's something you're interested in, we go through, it goes through May. It meets weekly on Wednesday nights. We go through what it means to be Jewish, Torah, Jewish customs, all that. So if that's something you're interested in, you're welcome to try it out. Yeah. Yeah. So what I suggest, and like I said, today's a weird day. All the holidays have ended and Shabbat just started. But if you'll call the office, like on Monday, they'll give you more information about it. You can talk to them about the class. Let them know that you talked to me. And yeah, go for it. Well, it's nice to meet you. What was your name again? Nikita. Welcome, welcome. I think there's some snacks up there. Go out and get some nosh and say hello. And apologize if the website's
Yeah, I was they gave me code.
It's been a long slog of holidays. Oh no!
You know, that's happened to us.
So when I talked to you earlier, I was still like, I was like, why did Sam get it? But I should tell you.
Well, you look sharp. Like right?
Yeah, so I sent the details to Mark and he's interested in putting it in the flyer. So we went 2 or 3 years ago to his show the movie.
Well, it's funny because I really love this. It's a nerdy thing. Yeah, 2 pieces of pie. For sure.
Jonathan, before you got here, there was a couple used to come in like 5 kids. Really nice.
Thanks, Anthony.
And I didn't see him anymore. And they moved to Tennessee, Kentucky.
Okay.
So how have you been? A couple comes in like, and she said, we originally from Montana. I said, there is a couple that used to be from Montana and they used to go to Kid Heston. She says, I was on it.
Oh, wow.
Really? This is a new grandchild on the way?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, no.
I owe you honey. I forgot your honey
The
there.
current one.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Always.
So I have honey.
Okay.
Good.
You said you're going back to Bratislava, or you just got
I just got home at midnight.
Wow.
And I'm
Yeah.
going back again. I'm gonna stay the
And then I played about 2 weeks ago. I was back. I mean, that went really well, but I was glad when I was a little bit. There's a lot of coordinating for, those very specific pieces, like a Broadway, like 2 pieces of, especially one was from the musical Rent on Broadway. And so, it's like a thing with 9 professional singers on the front of the stage, and I had to make sure they memorized the piece. Oh wait, it's like this, right? Is this right? I think this is right. Because that line goes along the side. But yeah, it went well. Where was this one? That was at it used to be called the Westin La Cantera, and now it's just called La Cantera Resort. Up the hill there by La Cantera Mall, up the hill, there used to be a Westin Hotel kind of up the top of the hill. Now this is just called La Cantera Resort. So,
And it went well?
yeah, it's good.
Hello.
So have you seen Randy intersection. It's like, is he playing or is this like pictures from before? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm supposed to take him next week to an appointment. He's being evaluated for a kidney transplant,
Okay.
which makes me wonder whether, I mean,
Yeah.
I'd be somewhat surprised that he was playing it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But I'm supposed to be taking him there, and he needs to clear some hurdles, so
Right.
that.
Yeah.
He's got dialysis appointments, a couple every week.
Right.
That is, man, it's just a rough road.
Yeah.
He's on my Misha Bayrock list every week.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, one of my favorite musicians was, I don't know how many years he was on dialysis, but Billy Preston, you know. I think he had some real issues with health, but yeah, such a great musician, yeah.
Yeah, I would like to see Gabe getting back to it.
Yeah, 'cause you know, he loves it so much.
He does love it.
I mean, just to hear him talk about music, he just gets excited about it. Yeah, I mean, which we all do, really.
That's right.
You know.
We do. We do. No question. When I'm healthy enough to do it.
Yeah. I mean, that's a blessing, really, to just have your health. You know?
He's doing some painting lately,
Oh, wow.
and I'd like to see some of that.
Yeah.
Really interesting guy. He loves cigars.
Yeah.
I think that his health is pretty cramping.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I have some friends or musicians that also paint or, you know, are very interested in art. And,
Uh-huh.
I mean, I don't know, I like it, I don't know. I feel like there's only so much room in my life for putting my effort into something. But if you love it and can do it reasonably well, then that's great.
Yeah, I marvel at
Yeah.
at folks who do that.
Yeah. Is there Velcro on the bottom of this?
Here,
No, I was just wondering, like, it sounded like there was some security.
there's Velcro on this stand
Oh.
that is supposed to keep this drum in place.
Yeah.
It got loose
Oh, wow. Yeah.
tonight, but
Yeah.
are you ready, young man?
I'm as ready as I will be.
I'll take that as a yes.
It's close enough.
Yeah.
Have
Yeah.
you seen the whites of the abs? So can't shoot.
Yeah, my wife and I, we went 2 different times after the service here. I usually go to dinner with her. 2 different times over the last 6 months, we went to El Haro, which we like El Haro.
Oh, yeah.
But you know, when you go at 9 o'clock at night, twice they've seated us, you know, when you go past the bar.
Where all
off-
the music is?
Well, no, off to the right in the corner, and like 2 times in a row, like I just kind of felt like 2 times we got unlucky. We were seated right next to a table that was super loud, talking about
Oh, really?
politics and like, oh man, obnoxious. You know, it's like a mixture of fajita is very unpleasant. You know, when